Shiesty fault. Shiesty fault. Turn back eye. Hoot reference. Damian Lillard is holding back the Trailblazers. Yo, take 9 miles. Let's go.
So, a fresh new week has arrived, and here on this channel, that means one thing, and
Oh, shit. What the fuck did I do?
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page.
Whoa.
that means one thing and one thing only. Every weekend, I post an episode of this series we do called Your Take, Not Mine, where I turn to you, the viewers, to give me your hottest NBA takes of the week based on what's going on at the time, and I then choose my favorite submissions and discuss them in a video. This week, the regular season continued to inch toward its end. Big-time matchups have been unraveling to some surprising degrees, especially in the Western Conference, and the awards races are as tight as ever, so of course we have plenty to discuss. In order to submit your takes, I make a community post on either the day of or the day before the video, similar to the one that you see on your screen now. So if you want a chance to be featured in a future episode, be sure to the topic at hand.
Oh shit.
The first take we'll be discussing today comes to us from OJ, and he says that the Suns made a mistake trading away Mikal Bridges for Kevin Durant. When the Suns traded for Kevin Durant, it changed everything about the landscape of the league, and honestly, with the direction that the Suns were headed at the time of the deal, it felt like an absolute must to save their season. Devin Booker and Chris Paul had both missed extended periods of time due to injury. The team was losing way more frequently than they had in previous years where they were top-seeded in the West, and it was seriously looking like their window for contention was closing. Kevin Durant is one of the best players the league has to offer, so when his fallout with Brooklyn went down, they did what needed to be done to acquire him, even if it felt like an overpay at the time. But now that the regular season is about to end, I think the level at which they overpaid is starting to settle in, which is why takes like this one are spawning. The full package that
Mikal Bridges,
included both of their best wing players in Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, plus four first.
No offense. I don't. Come on, we're still posting a bit. Mikal Bridges honestly should be feeling happy. You should honestly feel good, bro. It's like you like your best. You the best player on your squad, bro. Yeah, you probably got traded for a contender team if everything got back together. But it's like, look long term. You got your own squad, man. You can get most of your bread. So it's like you kind of won. You really feel good about this. You like, yeah, I don't gotta be looked at. They was giving him respect, saying he good defensive. You know, you getting love. But now it's like you could really showcase your skill. And that's what he doing right now.
Round picks and a first round.
It's not an overpay. It's
swap.
KD, man.
Meanwhile,
like, put some
in
respect on
Brooklyn,
KD
Mikal
now.
Bridges has been looking like the second coming of Kawhi Leonard. Since he's gotten to Brooklyn, Mikal is averaging about 28 points, shooting the ball 50% from the field and 43% from three. So not only has his production been increasing in a bigger role, but he's also somehow become even more efficient as a result of it. Obviously, we need to see this continue in a larger sample size before we start calling Mikal Bridges the next big superstar in the making.
Yeah.
But his emergence
Yeah,
does
if
lead
he
us to
hoop like
ask
that
some
next year,
questions
then I
about
can
what was
say
going on
he's
in
an all-star
Phoenix.
for sure.
I'm not going to say that Phoenix was holding him back necessarily, but it is pretty wild seeing him immediately take off to this degree once he gets traded away, and Kevin Durant is only going to be able to play around 10 total games with the Suns before the playoffs roll around, so they don't have much time at all to develop the chemistry that it might take to go all the way. Durant is as talented as it gets, and he can heat up scoring the ball as well as anybody. But talent alone doesn't necessarily win championships.
You know what I'm saying?
With Durant's injury history, it's hard to overlook the amount of risks that have come as a result of this trade. And if Mikal continues down this path, it very well could prove to be a regret.
I just think that the thing with KD, like, KD is so good with any team. Like, he is like one of the few players in the NBA who can fit well on any squad, because he just fits in. You know what I'm saying? KD's like the player who just want to hoop. Like, he always say, I just want to hoop. So whatever y'all need him to do, he'll do it. So it like he like one of those people you ain't got to take a long time to mesh and build chemistry with, because he just want to hoop. It's like he don't care. He just find what y'all want me to do, I'm doing it. He like, You know what I'm saying? He just look for
Next
shit
take
to
we'll be
do.
discussing today comes to us from Colin, and he goes into depth about why he believes that at this point in his career, along with the current situation that the Trailblazers find themselves in, Damian Lillard is actually more of a negative than a positive for them. Obviously, at first glance, everyone's natural instinct is to call a take like this crazy because Lillard is, without question, one of the best point guards in the league, and his loyalty to the franchise that drafted him should be applauded rather than demonized. However, there is some nuance that needs to be applied to this situation, and at a certain point, it does become better to apply the phrase, if you love them, let them go. The Trailblazers are officially out of the playoff hunt and have shut Lillard down for the remainder of the season because they don't have anything to play for. Lillard continues to insist that he wants to build a winner in Portland and doesn't plan on going anywhere else. But the fact of the matter is that, as it currently stands, the Blazers really don't have any realistic road to contention in the near future. And with Lillard turning 33 years old this summer, time is ticking for them to be able to do so while he's still playing his best. They're not necessarily a top free agent destination, failing to attract any big-name free agents in the Lillard era, and while they have a few assets that they could trade for a big name, I'm not quite convinced that a package of Anthony Simons and Shaedon Sharpe, plus some draft capital, is beating out what other teams on the market could have to offer. Almost every basketball fan at this point acknowledges that it's probably time for the Blazers to rebuild, but Lillard is almost holding them hostage, preventing them from doing so, which in turn has led them down this path where the end result is mediocrity at best. And
As far as the Dame City, yeah, it's good that he's loyal. I'm not demonizing that he's loyal, but dude, like I said once before, this is a business. So they gon' at the end of the day, they're not gonna keep holding their franchise back for you. You know what I'm saying? If they gonna rebuild, trust me, they're gonna do it. This is a business. At the end of the day, what all NBA teams want to do, they want to rebuild and they want to win. So they need to do what they gotta do to win. If they gotta trade you to win, they're gonna do it. They're going to do it. Trust me, they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? More championships to the franchise, better chance of making it a better destination route, bigger city, more marketing, all type of shit. So on and so forth. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, damn, it's time for you to go, bro. It just shows you like you're not like they're gonna rebuild. Like you should have known it was time when CJ got up out of there, when Marcus Archer got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have known. Like, well, I ain't gonna say the same for LaMarcus Archer. Like there was still some potential that they could have swung past, but once CJ got up out of there, it was over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, Dame. Unfortunately, it's time for you to go, bro. It's time for you to go to a different team, bro. Go to a one. You 33. Nobody gonna criticize you. They gonna respect you regardless. You leave Portland, the fans gonna cheer when you come back. Like, trust me, you respect it. We get it. But it's time for you to go. And I don't know why people say you're going to LA. Like, yeah, LA getting Kyrie next year, bro. They want Kyrie.
finally, the last take will be
And they ain't
discussing
got too
today
much
comes
money
to
on his
us from
contract,
Nick,
so
and
that's another thing gonna be hard for the trade. He got a lot of money, and he taking up a lot of money, so and they're not winning, so yeah, they're not
he
gonna
says
keep
that
paying.
Zion Williamson's struggles with injuries are always going to hold him back, so the Pelicans would be wise to trade him while his value is still high, before it's too late. Zion Williamson's path through the NBA to this point is honestly just disappointing. When he's healthy and on the court playing, he's genuinely an incredibly entertaining talent that dominates inside like few others today. His combination of strength and agility makes him a walking mismatch for defenders, and this year, he and the Pelicans were looking like a real force to be reckoned with, sitting atop the Western Conference standings early on in the season. But then, as has been a recurring theme in Zion's career, he suffered an injury that has forced him to miss the last 3 months, and the Pelicans' season has been downhill since then. This is such a tough spot to be in because they just signed
Don't
him to
trade
a
Zion.
long-term max contract
Like,
extension, but
give
in
him
4 years,
give him another 2 shots. Give him another 2 shots. Give Zion another 2 shots. If he can get another 2 shots, like give him another 2 shots. Now if he get hurt 2 more times, like crazy, and they got him out for an extended period of time, then we might can start talking. But not right now. He's still young. I'm sorry, bro. It's just hard to even talk about it because when Zion plays, he's a bucket. he comes with it. So it's kind of hard to really say that because when he on that court, he's averaging what 26, 27 a game. So it's like, do you really want to trade a dude who can hoop? Because what if you do trade him and somehow he just get healthy? He get the most craziest lean, strength, butt muscle, like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a scary thing to do. He young too. He be cooking, man. He be down there. I like Zion.
He's only been able to play a total of 114 games. The Pelicans are so close to being a real contender, and they arguably could be right now if Zion was healthy. But if he barely ever is, then things become a lot more difficult. And while you never want to predict future injuries and base your reasoning for moves on that hypothetical, I don't think it's crazy for the Pelicans to at least consider other options. Personally, I don't think they should be in any rush to look to move on from Zion Williamson because he is genuinely so dominant when healthy, and you can't just replace that kind of talent. He's under contract until 2028, so you have time to figure this out, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't getting a little bit concerned.
Shout out. New reference. Zion, don't trade that, man. Give him another 2 shots, man. Because it's not like he got drafted number 1 overall, and ever since he been playing like he playing alright, he playing iffy, he's on and off, he's not consistent, and he gets hurt too much. Nah, like, he actually plays fucking good. You know what I'm saying?